Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Contract Simplified. I'm Advocate Kritika here today with a new video all about rental agreement. I'm sure all of us would have crossed our path with rental agreement either as a tenant or as an owner. In this video, I'll be explaining the major clauses that has to be present in a rental agreement. Before that, let us understand what do you mean by a rental agreement. A rental agreement is also known as tenancy agreement. It is a legally binding contract between a landlord, that is, property owner, and the tenant, the person or entity renting the property, that outlines the terms and conditions of renting a residential or commercial property. A rental agreement is a crucial document that helps to establish a clear and legally binding relationship between the landlords and tenants. Its significance lies in protecting the interests and rights of both the parties while providing a framework for a harmonious and transparent rental experience. It is essential for both landlords and tenants to carefully review and understand the terms of the rental agreement before signing it. It helps protect the interests of both the parties. It provides clarity to both the parties about what is expected during the tenancy. This can help to prevent the misunderstanding and disputes in the future. Now, let us understand what are the major clauses of the rental agreement. The first one is name and detail of the parties. Include the full name of the parties along with their permanent address, identification number, that is Aadhaar card, PAN card, passport number, etc. if it is a natural person, or CIN, PAN, GST if legal person, and contact details of both landlord and tenant. This will be followed by property description. The rent agreement also contains a representation from the landlord that he is the owner of the premises and that the premises is free from all kind of encumbrances and litigation. Clearly describe the rented property, including its address, size, and any other specific detail to identify it. List of movable and immovable properties has to be made along with calling out the status of the same. This will be followed by rent and maintenance payment. Specify the monthly rent amount, the due date for rent payment, and the method of payment, that is bank transfer, check, or any other modes. This shall also include late payment and non payment consequences. Maintenance amount by society has to be mentioned. Non-maintenance charges, such as in case of apartment association who keeps charging additional amount of corpus fund, sinking fund, painting of apartment, etc., these should be borne by the owner of the property as they don't fall under the purview of maintenance charges. However, as per the agreement, its responsibility can be even shared with that of the tenant. Format and mode of rent receipt should be mentioned. The fourth one is security deposit. It outlines the amount of security deposit required as well as the conditions under which it will be refunded or used to cover damages or unpaid rent. It shall also specify the timeline for repayment of the security deposit, detail the condition in which the property should be returned at the end of the tenancy, along with verification and adjustment criteria of the security deposit against some including balance rent. With aging of property, natural wear and tear is obvious. Include a clause that the tenant is only liable to bear the cost of damages which are not the part of natural, reasonable, and normal wear and tear of the property. Fifth one is term of the tenancy. Clearly state the start date and end date of the lease or rental agreement. Mention about lock-in period, if any. Include provisions for renewal or termination. Also mention the rate of increase in the rent. If rental agreement is for more than 11 months, this needs to be registered. For more details about this, I have made a video on why it has to be registered. I have mentioned the link in the description below. You can check the same. Sixth one is maintenance and repairs. The rental agreement typically defines the responsibilities of both the landlord and tenant regarding the property maintenance and repairs. This helps to avoid conflict over who is responsible for fixing certain issues. This shall also include any specific rules or regulation related to the property, such as restrictions on smoking, pets, or alteration to the premises. Next one is termination and notice. The agreement includes provision for terminating the tenancy, including notice period required by either party and the format in which notices should be given. This helps to establish a clear process for ending the rental agreement. Termination grounds also will be consisting the consequences of rent payment defaults, including the eviction process and other penalties. Eighth one is compliance with laws. Rental agreement must comply with local, state, national, and society rental laws and regulations. They often include clauses that ensure compliance with these laws. The rent agreement should contain an indemnity provision wherein parties indemnify each other for any loss or damage caused or suffered. Utility and bills. Clarify the utilities like water, electricity, gas, internet, if they are included in the rent or not. Also mention about the payment of property taxes and any other charges. Next one is proof of residencies. Tenants often use rental agreement as a proof of their current residence when applying for services such as utility, government benefits, loans, or even the documentation part. This shall also include if this agreement can be considered as an NOC for registration of the uh, rented out property or the scheduled property as a registered office of any of the companies, partnership firm, trust, etc. If not, what are the terms and conditions under which it can be done? Next one is landlord rights. It allows the landlord to exercise their rights to inspect the property, retain one pair of keys, make necessary repairs, and enforce rules and regulation agreed upon in this agreement. To safeguard his interest, the rent agreement should provide that the tenant's right to use the premises should not be affected by the landlord transferring the premises and that the new owner should be bound by the terms of the rent agreement, including the security deposit, if any, to the tenant. This can be the other case as well. The next one is subletting. Clearly state whether subletting the property is allowed or not. If allowed, outline the conditions and requirements for subletting. Followed by legal jurisdiction. Specify the legal jurisdiction under which any disputes or legal matters will be resolved. The last one is original set. Each party must have an original. So, two copies of the contract are made and are signed by both the parties. A well drafted rental agreement can provide legal protection for both parties in case of disputes or violation of the term. It serves as evidence of the agreed upon term in case of legal action if necessary. This is not an exhaustive list. The list can be different based on the facts and the circumstances under which the rental agreement are entered upon, and also the purpose of the rental agreement also plays a very vital role. Hence every rental agreement has to be crafted or tailored accordingly. It is essential to read and understand all the terms and conditions in a rental agreement before signing it. If you have any doubts or concerns regarding this, seek a legal advice to ensure that your rights and obligations are adequately protected. So, this is all about rental agreement. If you have any questions or suggestions regarding this video, please feel free to comment below, or you can even reach out to me via WhatsApp in the number that is appearing on the screen. I hope this video was informative to you. If yes, please do let us know in the comment section below. And before moving to the next video, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. This is absolutely free, but this would mean the world to me. Thank you for watching.